Over the course of the last 24 years, the Graham Steers and Lady Blues have had some memorable moments on the field and on the court. And though there have been countless athletes, coaches, and fans over the past 2 decades, there has been one constant. It's the man behind the microphone on the radio. MJ Baird sat down with Rick Edwards to hear about some of his best memories from the last 24 years in Graham athletics.
Hi, I'm Rick Edwards. I'm with the Positive Radio Network in Graham, and I've been working with Graham Athletics for the last, coming up this August, 24 years.
How did you get your start working with Graham Athletics?
Well, it was kind of a wild thing. I was at a Lions Club meeting, and I was sitting across the table from the general manager of the radio station, and he said, "I need a sports producer." And so I just said, "What does a sports producer do?" And he said, "Well, basically what you'll be doing is you'll be punching buttons for our play-by-play guy back at the station." And I said, "So I'll be pushing buttons, watching this, and getting paid for it at the same time?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "When do I start?" And so I started that Friday doing Graham Steer football. It was Steers against Northwest Texans.
So what would you say is your first memory of calling Graham Athletics?
My very first one I can remember so well is I had never in my life seen a volleyball game. And I was told to go do an area championship between the Lady Blues and Glen Rose. And I was on the way out there. I was all confident. I thought, man, I can handle this. I can do it. There's no problem whatsoever. So I get out there. It was probably the worst radio broadcast in the history of radio. I was really depressed on the way back. I thought, well, that's it. My radio career is over after one game. Well, the general manager, he told me, he said, "Man, that was great." And so the next week I was out in Lubbock at the regional tournament, and that's how I got started. But it was just so wild because I just never thought in a million years I'd be doing this.
Other than volleyball, what else comes to mind?
I've done it all. Football, baseball, softball, all the basketball games, stuff like that. The state runs that we went on in '98 with softball, the '05 season in basketball, the '09 season in football. Just some amazing memories. Just here a couple of years ago, we had a game against Decatur that was a overtime game with 1:15 left, no timeouts, down by 2 touchdowns. We won the game. That was one of the great calls that me and my partner Matt Pruitt, he helps me out. We got to do that call. There was a game in Lubbock in the '05 season, down by 2, about 2 seconds left, lobbed the ball the whole length of the court, and Lee Barron grabbed it, laid it in. It was known as a layup in Lubbock. It sent us to the state championship. That was one of my most favorite calls. Also, there was a call in basketball where the Steers were playing Vernon, and it was to go to the regional tournament, and the Steers were down with just seconds left, and Nick Hobson got the inbound, and he was bringing it down, and I mean, it was counting down, and it was nothing but net. And everybody called it the Miracle Midwestern. And I remember Coach Wright was telling Hobson, he said, "Some people are born for moments. You were born for that moment." It's been a wild ride. 24 years, so many people, so many memories, so many things, so many games. But it's been a pleasure getting to be a part of all this. And that's the thing, is that I don't have to go to work. I get to go to work.
Rick had too many memories to pack into just 3 minutes, so you can see and listen to more of his greatest moments behind the mic by heading over to Texomashomepage.com.